Hello everyone, and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts, and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly, and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Now today we have some more Miniverse capsules. As you know, the Zero and MGA Miniverse have been releasing lots of new collections lately, and this one is the Make It Mini Baby Food collection. And when I first saw this collection at my local Walmart, I was expecting, oh, it's going to be like pureed carrots and pureed peas and baby food jars, but the baby food is actually a lot more impressive and really more something that toddlers or young children might be eating rather than these young babies. But I really wanted to take a look at these. I've seen some of the sets, and the food and other items in them look like they would be a good scale for Barbie and her family. And I just want to see some of these new items. So we'll go ahead and open these up. And I only discovered in the past few months that MGA Miniverse will sometimes do these little pinhole codes that will tell you what you might be getting inside. And so I did manage to track down a pinhole code cheat sheet for the baby food. So we'll see if those work. And my pinhole for this one is right here. And if it's what I saw in the cheat sheet, we should be getting a set of avocado and eggs toast. So we'll go ahead and open that up. And here is the inner wrapper. It's a pretty green for the wrapper. Let's see, where's our little arrow? There you go. And you'll notice the capsules for this set are different from what we've had in the previous MGA sets. So this is kind of like a little basket. Very space agey here. This kind of reminds me a little bit of what Baby Yoda has in the Mandalorian sets. Oh, and here is our little baby. So let's take a look at him. And we're going to have to open this up. And I haven't gotten any of the other baby capsules like the Zuru My Mini Baby or the other MGA Miniverse baby sets. So here's our first baby, and has a little kind of a high chair seat, and when we put together this capsule, that's going to slide in here. So this baby, he has kind of blonde brown hair, and his mouth is just slightly open. And from what I've seen, some of the babies, they can hold a bottle in their mouth. There's a cute little diaper here that's really nice. And it velcros in place. And that would actually be a good size for our Barbie dolls. So we're going to carefully set our baby here so that he doesn't fall off the counter. And pour out the rest of the items here. Okay, here's our collector's guide. Oh, yes, and we did indeed get the eggs and avocado. And that shows our instructions on what we're supposed to be getting in the set and how we put everything together. And here's what we have in our set. And if I picked correctly, we did also get this Bottle Bundle 1. I'm really interested in that little kettle there, as well as the little bottles look super cute. And I think the other capsule we have should be the cereal and fruit set. So, and when I saw the detail of these, I thought we might have to actually try to get a complete set of the baby food. And we should have a total of 8 here. So first, let's go ahead and put our capsule together. And I believe our little baby slides in here. Okay, so we slide our little high chair seat in like this, and then there's a little spots on the inside of the capsule that we rest the little table on. And once you have all the baby food together and the baby in place, then I guess then you can put the little clear cover down, so then you could display your baby and their food. So I saw this, that looks really cute. We've got this little separated plate. All of these items are on a little plastic tray so that you can put that in front of the baby. You've got a tiny little fork and spoon and a bowl and a little sippy cup here. And these all have sort of a sun theme to them, especially with the yellow color. And okay, and so we get our little bag of toast. And we have a carton of 2 eggs here. And from what I've seen, we take our eggs and then we can open them up, and there's a tiny little yellow yolk in here. It's kind of made of something similar to kinetic sand, so that we can prepare the food for our baby. And here are the rest of our items. So we get an adorable pink mixing bowl, and we get little avocados here, and we also get a masher, a knife, and a spoon. Put that into our bowl here, and then we can take off the label that is holding the bag closed. This little green mesh bag with our avocados. And this is one of the things that I was so excited to see with these baby food sets. So the avocado opens up, and you might want to use our little knife here for this. So you carefully cut open the knife, and an X-Acto knife might work better for this. There we go. And this is also kinetic sand, but I don't know how well you can see this here. There is a tiny avocado pit in here. That is just such wonderful attention to detail, and this would be so much fun to put together. And look at that little avocado sticker there. That is so nice. So already I am super impressed by this first set. This is one of the things that made me want to pick these up. And I believe, let's look at our instructions. So it shows you that you cut open the avocado, you take out the pit, you add that to the mixing bowl along with the yolk from the egg, mash that up with the masher, or a toothpick might work well for that. And then you can actually cut or break apart these pieces of the toast. So then you can use that to serve everything together. And we've got instructions on how to put the little table together and have that in the capsule. So that is really nice. That is going to be a lot of fun. So let's take a look at our next capsule. Our pinhole code is here, and so if I'm correct, this should be the bottle bundle with the blue kettle. These do open rather easily. Okay, so here's our little capsule again. And yes, we did get bottle bundle number 1 with our blue kettle. So we have all these pieces, and go ahead and take a look at everything. Now this one, our baby is lying down. He's in this little white bassinet, and it's kind of patterned to look as if it's a wicker or woven set. The bassinet itself is a little bit flimsy, but we'll go ahead and unwrap this baby. And he's got a cute little pink and white blanket here with little bunny and bear and kitty and sun faces. And this one also has a diaper with Velcro fastening. So this one, our baby is going to be lying down, and our capsule So our instructions show that our capsule should go with the sort of little handles on either side. And so it's like the baby's lying down in a crib or lying on a mat. Okay, and so here are our little baby bottles. Those are really cute. Don't want to take them out of the package. You can see one has a little sun cover for the bottle, and the other has little cat ears. So that is really cute. And so here is our rack for our bottles. So put our little rack together and we get this absolutely adorable bottle brush. I mean, that is not something I would normally get excited over as a bottle brush, but that is just so cute. And then we have a bottle of dish soap to clean our bottles with after our babies eat. That will look really cute in the Barbie kitchen. Okay, and so now we have a can of infant milk formula. And from what I've seen of this set, there is the powder in there, and you add real water to it to make a white liquid that is the milk for the baby bottles. Oh, look, we've got a tiny little scooper for it even. And this is what I was so excited about, this kettle. And does the lid come off? Yes, it does. Oh, that is so nice. That is going to look so perfect in the Barbie kitchen, and that's a good size for Barbie too. Because if you remember when we opened the MGA appliances, we opened up the mixer, the stand mixer, and I think it is this exact same color of aqua blue, so that will look really nice in the kitchen together. Oh, and here's our knife from the first set. So here are our instructions. So we mix up our formula and add water to it, and then we can feed the baby. Baby can hold the bottle in their mouth, and then afterwards you clean it out with the dish detergent and then set everything up to dry. That is so cute. Okay, so here is our last capsule, and if I am correct, this should be our cereal. Okay, and then this baby has a yellow capsule. And we have another baby that can sit up in their little high chair. Okay, and we've got the baby sitting up in his high chair. We're going to need to move somebody out of the way here. Capsules are a little bit okay. Put our baby back in position here. And yes, we did indeed get the cereal and fruit set here. So we have a box of multi-grain cereal. Carefully open that up. I always love the ingredients that MGA does. They're so adorable and have great attention to detail. Look at those. We've got tiny little O cereal. And our bag is resealable so that we can put everything back in here when we're finished playing with it. And this is our set for this baby. So we've got the same sort of tray holding everything together. And we have this adorable little cat ear plate and bowl. And the blue sippy cup has a cat face on it. And little cat ears as well. And one of the reasons why I chose this particular set was because this blue looks like it will match really well with our kettle. So that will go nicely in our Barbie kitchen. And so we have a cutting board, some nice texture to it. We also have some tweezers and a spoon and knife. So we're getting some good kitchen items for this particular collection. So we have a little box of blueberries here, the baby, and a bunch of bananas. These are both from Happy Sun Farms, and I like the fact that the bananas actually have stickers on them. That is so cute. And from what I have seen of this set, I'm not certain how well you can see this, but so we have the outside of the banana is this flexible plastic. And then we are going to peel our bananas, and we have some more kinetic sand on the inside that we get to mix up like we did with our avocado and egg set. So let's look at our instructions for this one. So here's everything that we get in this set, and it shows us taking apart the banana, and then you slice it up, put it on the plate, the blueberries, and then you add your cereal to the bowl. And this set didn't come with a milk to use for the cereal, so I guess at this age, even though there's a spoon shown here, the baby is just eating the cereal with its hands. So that would allow you to put it back in there. But if you wanted to, you could use some of the formula from our second set and mix that up and use that for milk with your cereal here. These look like they're plastic, so they shouldn't be affected by the milk. So I am really pleased with this set so far. All of these items were so cute, and like I was saying with the other sets as well, I think we may have to go and pick up them as well. The Bottle Bundle 2 seems to have the same types of items as our first bottle bundle, just a different color of the kettle, and the baby is a little different. This potato and veggie set looks really cute as well. I think we're going to have to get that. And the yogurt and fruit. We have oatmeal and fruit, and then applesauce with graham crackers. The apples you get to slice apart and make your own applesauce that goes in these cute little jars. And there's our avocado and egg mix. So I am really impressed by this set. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. With the other baby sets, a lot of the accessories, while they were cute, like the baby rattles and stuff, the furniture items like the changing table and the high chair were definitely not Barbie scale, and especially the Zuru babies, where it has the stroller in one of the sets. The stroller would definitely be way too short for Barbie to use, But I think our babies here are a good size for our Barbie dolls. And they're kind of newborn size, so they probably should not be eating these solid foods here. That would be a choking hazard, but that would be really cute to have in the Barbie kitchen. And one thing I wanted to say, a friend of mine was asking me, did Barbie ever have babies in any of the play sets? Well, Barbie is 19 years old and she is a fashion model. That was her very first career. So right now Barbie is focused on her career, and she and Ken are not ready to settle down and get married and have babies. But since we do have the babies from this set, I think that maybe some of our other dolls might be interested in having new family members. And another thing, if you are familiar with the history of Barbie, right now Barbie has 3 younger siblings. She has her younger sisters, Skipper, Kelly, and Chelsea. But in the past, Barbie had other younger siblings, including a baby younger sibling, as well as a set of twins. So I have been thinking, I have this doll here. I've had her for a while, and I picked her up mostly because I really loved this outfit that she's wearing. She came with this pink dress, and she is actually the 2014 Career of the Year doll. She is an entrepreneur, and this coat that she's wearing came from a fashion set that I think came out around the same time. But there's something about her face that I think she looks a bit more mature. Not necessarily old, but more mature, and I've been thinking that she would be a good mother for Barbie. So let us know in the comments below if you think that we have found Margaret Roberts here. Now, the body that she's on, she only has the basic 5 points of articulation. So I'm thinking that she might be our first victim. I mean, our first doll who we put a new made-to-move body on. I did check her. Her skin tone is a close match to our volleyball player made-to-move doll. So I think she would be a good doll for us to experiment on with putting a new body on. My aunt told me that I sound like a bit of a mad scientist when I was talking about swapping out bodies for our made-to-move dolls. So I think that she would be a good candidate to be Barbie's mother. So let us know in the comments below if you think that we have found Margaret Roberts right here. That's Barbie's mother. And whether Margaret should have another baby to add to the Roberts family. Well, thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of our Barbieverse. And be sure to ring the notification bell. It really does help our channel to grow, and once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you would like a chance of getting a shout out in an upcoming video, just comment below with a hashtag #InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in our Barbieverse. Bye-bye!